But anyways, growing up poor, man, I remember I used to always wonder what the rich people ate. And so luckily I had movies and cartoons that showed me what rich people ate, which was steak. So I always fantasized about having steak. And you know, in the cartoon, I didn't know what the steak was called, but it was the one that had like a fucking T-bone, you know, some T-bone steak. So anyways, fast forward till I was like 19 years old, finally working, and I was able to get steak for the first time. So I was working with this crew, a bunch of older dudes that were traveling, and we were getting high. It was right after work, we got all fucked up, and we went to Logan's Steakhouse. And so I asked the guys, I was like, hey man, I want a steak because I've never had one, but I don't know what it's called. And they were like, well, what steak do you want? And so I started thinking back to the cartoons. And I was like, the fucking one that the cartoons would eat, you know, with the bone. They were like, oh, you want the tube sock steak. And I was like, all right, tube sock steak, yeah. Remember, I'm high as fuck. So I'm just like, all right, I'm thinking in my mind, I need to remember tube sock steak. Tube sock steak. So we go into Logan's. I had never been there before. We're sitting down. I still got some weed in my pocket. And these motherfuckers start cracking peanuts and throwing them on the ground. Just throwing them. So I started getting nervous, like, fuck, motherfucker, you're gonna get us busted and shit? I got weed in my pockets. Like, I didn't know you could do that shit, you know? So I'm tripping out, still trying to remember tube sock steak and shit. So anyways, the waitress comes up and she starts taking everybody's order, right? And she's going around the table and she comes up to me and she's like, well, what do you want? And I'm like, I want the tube sock steak. And she looks at me and she's like, what? And I was like, tube sock steak. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I started getting frustrated. I'm like, I remember this shit. I know I'm high, but I remember tube sock steak. The one with the bone in it. I started drawing it out and shit like, you know, that one, the one that the cartoons put in their mouth. So all my homies are just fucking laughing their ass off and shit. And I'm not comprehending what the fuck's going on. I'm getting mad. So this chick's like, okay, hold on. Let me go get my manager. So she goes and gets her manager and he comes back and he's like, what do you want, son? I want the goddamn tube sock steak with the bone in it. And he's laughing and he's like, well, how do you want it done? And they're like, well, he wants it rare. So I'm just like, I want it rare. So they're like, well, we can try to accommodate, son. Anyways, obviously I found out that they were talking about a dick in a fucking sock. So I'm over here yelling at people saying I want a dick in a sock. I want it rare. God damn it.